Hello, children. So, we are going to continue with our chapter Rural Life and Society, Part 2. So, we are going to begin growth of commercial crops. Now, before beginning this topic, we need to know what is commercialization. Commercialization means the production of a commodity to make profit. The British company encouraged and later on forced the peasants in certain areas to grow certain crops like jute, oil, seeds, tea, coffee, cotton, indigo, groundnuts, sugarcane, tobacco, and opium with the sole motive of selling in the market. So, their only motive was to sell all these crops in the markets and to reap benefit out of these crops. Now, these crops were referred to as the cash crops. The motive behind this policy of the company was to meet the rising demand for these crops in the British and other European countries. However, the impact of the commercialization was disastrous for the small farmers of India. Why? It was because the increasing demand for cash crops, including the vegetables, was met by substitution of traditional food crops by the cash crops. Now, it destroyed the self-sufficiency of the villages because it was grown for the world market and not the village community. It was reported that one major cause of the famine in 1866 in Bengal and Orissa was that the best land was cultivating indigo instead of rice. The poor farmer suffered great losses as he had to now depend on the market for his own food requirements. Even the cash crops were fetching him a low price because mostly the buyer in these cases remained the company which paid him below market rates. We can say on the positive side that as a result of commercialization of agriculture, the regional specialization grew. However, even the village lost its isolation and got linked with the world market due to its specialization. The benefits were not reaped by the farmer but the company. So, this was the main point of the failure of commercialization, that although the crops that the farmers were growing, the cash crops that they were growing, were reaping them benefits, but they were not getting benefits out of those crops, but the company was reaping the benefits. Peasant revolts. It was to be seen during this period that the growth of new crops often disrupted the set pattern of peasant life and led to revolts. The cultivation of indigo was one such case. With the expansion of the British power in Bengal, indigo planting became more and more commercially profitable due to the demand for blue dye in Europe. So that is why the British indigo planters left no stones unturned to make money, as for various reasons. Its supply from North America and other places had been interrupted in the early 19th century. They started raising their own plantation in which they provided all the plows, seeds and fertilizers, etc., and hired the peasants who would work on their land. But this system was more expensive and also burdensome, as generally they could not get indigo workers for their land. So they opted for the Roti system. Under this system, they mercilessly pursued the peasants to plant indigo instead of food crops. They provided loans at a low interest, but once a farmer took such loans, he remained in debt for whole of his life before passing it to his successors. It was because the sale of indigo to the company fetched the farmer a return that was lower than the market rate. After the cultivation of this crop, the land became unfit for rice cultivation. Moreover, as large and best lands were engaged in indigo cropping, the peasants lost a sizable amount of cereals which were more important for his subsistence. The farmers were totally unprotected from the brutal indigo planters who resorted to mortgage or destruction of the farmers' property if they were unwilling to obey them. Government rules favored the planters. Out of the severe oppression unleashed on them, the farmers resorted to revolt. It started from Nadia district. It was in February to March 1859 when the farmers refused to sow a single seedling of indigo plant. The strength of the farmers' resolutions was dramatically stronger than anticipated from a community victimized by brutal treatment for about half a century. It got significant support of the educated middle class, which had started to perceive the colonial nature of the British rule. This motivation to support a protest against economic exploitation also came from the newly awakened sentiments of patriotism after the failure of the revolt of 1857. The British government was worried when it received the report of Indigo rebellion in Bengal. It did not want any popular rebellion to spread so soon after the revolt of 1857. The government brought in the military to protect the planters from assault and also set up the Indigo Commission to inquire into the system of indigo production. The commission held that almost all the complaints of the ryots were well founded and the planters were guilty as they employed aggressive methods to subdue the indigo cultivators. It declared that indigo production was not profitable for ryots. The commission asked the ryots to fulfill their existing contracts but also told them that they could refuse to produce indigo in future. After the Blue Rebellion of 1859, the cultivation of indigo almost stopped in Bengal, but the planters now shifted their attention to the Champaran region in Bihar. Champaran Indigo Satyagraha. At about the same time, the Champaran region of Bihar was also facing a similar situation as Bengal. However, because of lack of communication with Bengali peasants or the lack of support from the local elites, the indigo peasants continued to suffer slavery like bondage in this region for a long time, even after 1859. Their problems were addressed only in 1917 when Mahatma Gandhi joined the Indian politics in 1916 and later took up the cause of the sufferings indigo peasants there. So with this, we come to an end of this chapter. It was a very easy and very interesting chapter. So with this, we come to an end of this chapter. It was a very easy and very interesting chapter. So if you face any problem in this chapter, you can ask in the query class. Thank you and enjoy good health.